everyone. Thanks so much for stopping by today to the Peppered Peach because we're going to be making cruise spaghetti and meatballs from Magnolia Cookbook volume number 3. So I, as you know, don't eat meat anymore. However, my husband will be here to try this out because I know he's going to like it because he is a child at heart and still craves those Chef Boyardees and SpaghettiOs. And that's exactly how she describes this in her book. So let's get this party started. I have everything here, including the fancy little rings that you see in those canned processed foods that you have for SpaghettiOs. And let's do this. Okay, so before we head over to the stove to make our sauce for our spaghetti and meatballs, let's chop up some onion. So we only need 1/3 of a cup. I don't know why I got 1/4 of a cup, but 1/3 of a cup of onion. Hopefully I won't cry. I shouldn't. Famous last words, right? I feel a little spunk coming on my eyes, so I am gonna make this quick. That way we can head right over to the stove. It's probably more than 1/4 of a cup. Yep, okay, now I'm gonna start frying. But we are good to go. We have our 1/4. Give me a second to clean myself up and we'll head over to the stove and get that going. All right, so it's time to make our sauce. So I have my Dutch oven going. The butter is melting right now. So once that's melted, we're gonna add in our chopped up onion and we'll let that cook for about 3 minutes before we add in our chicken stock, our tomato sauce, and tomato paste. I also have going on is heating up the water to cook our spaghetti, our rings. So we can cook that and we're gonna put it off to the side while we make everything else, and we'll combine everything, including the meatballs, at the end. So let's get this all going and wait for this to melt, and then we'll add in our onion. Alrighty, so our butter is melted. I'm gonna add in our onion and we're gonna let this cook down for about 3 minutes. I'm just gonna heat it up a little bit more. And we'll let this go for 3 minutes. Then we'll add in our chicken stock, our tomato paste, and our tomato sauce. Have that come up to a boil, and then we'll let it simmer for 20 minutes. Okay, it is time to add in our chicken stock. We have our tomato paste. I was gonna measure it out, but I know it's what we need. All right, and then, oops, whoa, okay. Oh, I made a mess. Okay, there we go. All right, and then our tomato sauce. So we're gonna give this a stir and let this come to a boil. So I'm gonna heat it up a little bit. I have a friend, Madeline, who makes this for her kids, and she says it's a hit. So I feel like if it's a hit for them, for her kiddos, I think Lewis is gonna like it because he's a big kid when it comes to food. All right, so this is all stirred together. It is boiling. Well, we'll wait for it to boil, then we'll let it go to simmer for 20 minutes. Perfect timing for our macaroni because this is ready to get thrown in here. A pound, and what does she want us to put this in at? At 11 minutes. So I'll put the timer on for 11 minutes, stir this up, and we'll be ready to go. All right, so this has been boiling. I'm gonna turn this down to medium low. We'll let this simmer for about 20 minutes, and I'll put my timer on, and keep an eye on this as well, because we have probably about 8 minutes left on our macaroni. And in the meantime, let's make some meatballs. All right, so let's make some meatballs. So we have our panko in a large bowl. I'm going to add in the milk. We're gonna stir this together, and then we'll let this sit for 4 to 7 minutes before we add in the rest of our ingredients, which is pork and lean ground beef. Don't tell Lewis it's lean. Just kidding. So This is just a way for the panko to absorb the milk. So letting this sit will have all the milk go away and be absorbed. So we'll let this sit and be back in 4 minutes. Okay, our macaroni is done. I'm gonna pull this out and we're just gonna let this sit to the side while we cook everything else and we combine everything into this sauce pot at the end. So let's take it off, drain it, and let it chill. Got some rogue circles. Sorry. What are you gonna do? You know? All right, so our pasta's cooling. We're gonna wait till our sauce is done. We have probably about another 15 minutes for that. And we are ready to make our meatballs. So let me just get ready for it and we'll cook these meatballs up. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes since our panko of milk have been chilling together. So let's add in everything else. So we have some, pork. Okay, we have our pork. Okay, so we added the beef. Let's add in our egg. There we go. Our garlic. Our basil. Our Italian seasoning, Parmesan, onion, and I do need to add some salt and pepper, so let me grab my salt and pepper. I just quickly wash my hands first, grab that salt and pepper, and I'll come right back to mix it all together. All right, so I have everything mixed in here. Now I have my salt and pepper, so let's add in 2 teaspoons of kosher salt and a teaspoon of black pepper. And let's mix away. These meatballs are meant to be small, so they're just about 1/2 inch. So, a lot of meatballs. Okay, so I have my plate here. I am gonna roll these out and get them ready to go on the skillet. They will be there for about, not very long, because look how small they are. So maybe a couple minutes. And then we'll pop these into our sauce and combined with our macaroni that we've already had cooked, and then it's try time. All right guys, it's time to make our meatballs now that they're all rolled and ready. So I have my skillet on, I put some olive oil in and it's heated up, so I think we can go ahead and add in some meatballs. So I don't have a super large skillet, so we'll see how many can go on here. But these won't take long to cook because they're so tiny. And I have a plate here with paper towels on it, so as soon as they're done and cooked, I'll throw them on that plate and let them drain out the oil. And then once these are all cooked, we will go ahead and add it to our sauce, which is officially ready to meet up with the meatballs and the macaroni. All right, so I'm taking our first batch of meatballs off because they're brown all around. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. And these go in the pot and they'll be cooking in there for about another 10 minutes in our sauce. So it's okay if they're not completely cooked through because they're gonna get cooked through in the sauce. So let's add in our rest of our meatballs. Gonna add a little bit more oil, but we're good. Let it get all brown and crusty and then go through the rest of these meatballs and throw them in our pan. Alrighty, so our meatballs are done. I'm gonna add some of these in here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna put only about half of these in because I don't know that we have enough sauce for not only the meatballs, but also the pasta that needs to get in here. So I'm gonna throw some of these in. We're gonna let these cook up for about 15. Oh, we got a rogue meatball. Grab it. Okay, we're gonna stir this up. I'm gonna put up the temp a little bit because these meatballs need to get cooked through. So we're gonna let these cook through for about 10 to 15 minutes and then we're gonna add in our macaroni and then be able to try it. Alrighty, so it's been about 10 minutes. Let's add in our macaroni and then just give it a good stir and let it sit for maybe a couple minutes and then we'll try it out. Well, Lewis will try it out. He'll be the guinea pig today. Okie dokie. It really does look like SpaghettiOs. So let this sit for maybe another 30 to 1 minute, warm up that macaroni, and then we'll give it a try. All right, guys, it's time to try our cruise spaghetti and meatballs. We have my favorite guest of all time. There's only been two, but he's still my favorite. My husband. All right, so here we go. Check it out, Luke.
An official taste tester.
An official taste tester, for sure.
Best part of my job here.
So I've noticed, well, I'll wait till he's finished, then I'll talk.
Okay, I can get with this. This is homemade SpaghettiOs, like legit homemade SpaghettiOs, and they're delicious. The meatballs are really good, the sauce is really good, and the SpaghettiO pasta is pretty good.
Perfect, yeah. So hers is a little bit more soupy, and it's probably because I had the sauce on for a little bit longer than 20 minutes. Not a little, probably double that, just to make everything and get it ready for you all. So
carry on, I'm just gonna keep eating this.
So next time, I'll stick to the 20 minutes and take it out then, but I'm glad you like it. I'm sure this is gonna be a regular for us now, because like I said, he's a big kid at heart and does eat some of those canned, processed, disgusting foods. So
I had some just a little while ago. I'm being honest with you, and this is much better.
Homemade. All right, well, thanks so much for stopping by and watching me as we made these cruise spaghetti and meatballs for Magnolia Cookbook Volume number 3. Thank you to my husband, Lewis, who's here to taste test this for me. I appreciate you, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks so much. Please like and subscribe. I never cry.
You're crying.
Cry baby, just like Benny.
That was perfect.
Good, okay.
So now what?
Hold on. Good? Yeah?
I'm gonna keep working on this. You better serve some for Mark. This is gonna go fast.